get it all on the screen all at once. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about it in sections. So let's talk about the proximal portion first. This is the part that's going to fit into the hip. Okay, right? We have the hip there. It's going to fit in like that. The ball, part of that ball and socket joint. This is also called the head. And the ball on the shoulder, ball on the humerus, that was called the head of the humerus. The ball on the femur, that is the head of the femur. And the narrow area just below it is the neck. What is special about the neck of the femur? Anyone know? When you break a hip, that's actually what you break. You do not break the coxal bone. When grandma breaks a hip, she breaks the neck of the femur right here. It is a thinner area of bone. It's a little weaker, and osteoporosis strikes really hard at regions of bone like this, where it's bearing a lot of weight. You're having to change the direction that the weight is being borne. It's kind of moving sideways now. It's a thinner piece of bone. It doesn't have really thick, compact bone on the outside. It's mostly spongy bone on the inside. It's a more breakable area of the body, and then if you add osteoporosis on top of it, it's very easy to break the hip, and you do that at the neck of the femur. We have a greater and a lesser trochanter. You're going to notice a lot of parallels with the humerus because they play similar roles. The humerus is the proximal bone, the thick proximal bone in the arm. The femur is the thick proximal bone in the leg. They both have a ball and socket joint. They both have a head. They both have necks. The humerus had greater and lesser tubercles. You are going to have greater and lesser trochanters on the femur. You find these guys on the back. The more lateral of them, this is the greater trochanter. And the smaller guy down here, that is the lesser trochanter.
Greater's the big one.
And again, you find these on the back side of the bone. Yes, you are looking at a left femur right now. You're looking at the back side of the bone right now. Absolutely. Also running down the back side of the bone, you will notice kind of a ridge. It's a line or a ridge running kind of down the middle of the back of the femur. This is called the linea aspera. It's harder to see. It is easier to feel. So you actually need to, hold the femur and really feel for this line. This linea aspera is an important site of muscle attachment for muscles in your legs. It's the linea aspera. As we move down to the bottom of the femur, this is the back side, this is the front side. There's a smooth articular surface right here. That is, you're going to have some fat tissue and a bursa right there, and then sitting right on top of that is going to be your patella. Okay, patella is a fancy word for what bone?
Kneecap.
Kneecap. This is your kneecap. Patella is going to sit right there. There you go. I actually don't have a patella with me right now, but this is where the patella sits. When you turn this around, it's easier to see some of these articular surfaces. Okay? You see an articular surface here and an articular surface here. Medial and lateral condyles. Remember, a condyle is a smooth, rounded articular surface. This is the medial condyle and the lateral condyle. And how do I know medial and lateral? I know that this is on the medial side. I know the head is on the medial side pointing towards the midline of the body. This is the lateral side of the bone. So we just translate that down to the bottom. This is medial. This is lateral. There's a groove in between here. What do you think this structure is called? The intercondylar fossa, right here. We have a lot of ligaments running through there. And we will talk more about those when we get to joints at the end of Unit 4. Incidentally, I will be posting the notes for Unit 4 this afternoon.
Oh, they're not up yet?
No, they're not up yet. I'm posting this afternoon. We're starting Unit 4 tomorrow. So the first half of class tomorrow, we'll be finishing up whatever little bit we don't get to today, and then open lab for like an hour and a half, where you just sit down with the bones and drill yourself, drill other people.
Cool. I really like
And then the patella, everybody, hey, Drew, can you toss me the patella? Everybody knows that this is the patella. That's all I'm going to ask you about it. What bone is this? There are no features to know. This is your patella. It's kind of shaped like a giant sesame seed. Okay?